Michelin ewxc Round 3 2022 Volverkloof Riders Briefing. Mud. Be aware there are going to be a few mud holes which will get bigger as the day goes on. The main line is not always the best line. My advice, when you get to one, pause, take a good look, find the line with the most traction and hit it. Welcome everyone. Thanks so much for joining us for Round 3 of the 2022 Michelin ewxc series here at Volverkloof. We really do appreciate your continued support and we hope we are fulfilling your expectations. If not, please send us an email or drop us a phone call. Race 1, which is Pro Elite, Pro B, Seniors, Masters and High Schools classes, will start at 8 a.m. At 12:30 it will be broadcast over the PA system and that will signal the end of the race. Any laps completed after the end time will not be counted. Race 2, which is Silver A and B, Club, Pro Mini, Ladies A, starts at 11 a.m. and at 2:30 p.m. the race ends. The Juniors race starts at 12 and lasts for an hour. They will do a sighting lap first and after that sighting lap they will start and race for an hour. Please listen out for any announcements regarding the results being posted. After the results are posted, they become final 30 minutes later. If you do not personally query your times within this 30-minute period, we are unable to investigate and or change them at a later stage. Right, then a big thanks to the continued support from Michelin, Mayfair Gearbox, DC Signs, Basefit, Torquecraft, Prepsol, TBR Suspension, Robert Co Graphics, Fast KTM, Bike Kings, Just Track and Dragon Energy. Also a big thanks to Denise and Rob for the admin and the timing of the event. Igor, our chief course setter, who's done a great job of finding some new trails in a small area for the third round. Des for sorting out the start and the junior races. And then to the marshals, especially the ones doing the sweep laps and helping out at the mud holes, we appreciate your efforts. Thank you very much. Then just some info on our new tracking options. It will be a requirement of all riders to ride with some kind of GPS tracking unit, either a Garmin GPS, a Just Track unit, which can be hired on race day for around 200 Rand, or the Strava app on your phone or watch. Strava must be set to mountain biking profile and your activity must not be set to private. If you ride with a Garmin GPS, you will need to keep the track log on the unit for at least 48 hours after the race has finished. Should a complaint be received, we will need to download the track log. If you opt to hire a Just Track unit or use your own, you will not need to do anything except switch it on just before you ride the race. You will need to ensure that the battery on your device does not run flat. Just Track are also running a lucky draw. You could win your race entry fee for ewxc4 if you've hired a unit for this event. Should we request the track log and you are unable to supply it, either from your Garmin GPS or from Strava, your race times will be adjusted to that equal of the slowest rider in your race. Right, when you enter the venue, you'll be screened for your temperatures. Please have your forms ready to hand in, the register and the rider questionnaire. After that, you'll get to the documentation table where you will be handed your envelope. From there, you can proceed to the pits and set up. Please throw all your rubbish in the rubbish bags we supplied and take it home with you. You must have your race control tag checked under the Mayfair Gearbox gazebo. If you do not have a race control tag, you can purchase one at the Mayfair Gearbox gazebo. Everyone needs to wear a mask at all times except when you have your helmet on. Actually, cancel that. You don't need to wear a mask because we're outside. If you do not sign that you have had your race control tag checked, we will add 1 hour to your time should there be a protest. Please also check that you only have one race control tag either on you or your bike. If you are found to have more than one race control tag, an hour will be added to your time. Your tags and your numbers must correspond. You must have bike numbers on your bike. You will be ejected from the start line if you do not have the correct race number on your bike. Tags must be mounted correctly, facing up or down, preferably on the peak of your helmet, not sideways as the scanner is always overhead. Your starting number, which is the small square number, must be visible on your front number board and not obscuring your main bike number. Please avoid the timing scanner tent with your helmet or tags at all times, except when you're racing, obviously. No crews or parents may come near the timing control areas. Timers need to focus and not be distracted. Right, pre-race paddock, start paddock. Get into the order according to your seating stickers before you enter the pre-race paddock. Starting, you will line up 6 at a time, and in 60-second intervals, the line of 6 will be let go. It is a dead engine start, so no flag will drop until all the engines have been cut. At the end of the lap, slowly through the scanner tent and confirm with the scanners if they have picked you up. First gear through the pit lane. Please do not stop in the timing tent. Refuel only on an environmental mat with a fire extinguisher nearby, and you must be off your bike. It is also part of the rules that you must stop at any road crossing. This means wheels must come to a complete stop. There might be hidden GoPros in the view of the road, and a 20-minute penalty is added to your time if you do not come to a complete stop. We have an 11-kilometer loop. It's single track in most sections. There are numerous dual track sections and breathing sections also. Please allow faster riders to pass. If you hear someone behind you, chances are they are faster than you and need to overtake. Please move over when it's safe to do so. As discussed earlier, there will be an end time for each race. It'll be approximately 4 hours after the start of the race. If you cross the line after that time has elapsed, that lap will not count. Prize giving will happen for race 1 at roughly 1 p.m., race 2 at roughly 3 p.m., and race 3 at roughly 1:30 p.m. These are provisional times and are a guideline only. Right, with regards to navigation, the orange markers must always be on your left. 2 markers, one under the other, indicates a turn in that specific direction. Green day glow means you are going in the wrong direction. The juniors will split off from the main route about 1 kilometer into the main loop. Please look out for this well signposted fork in the route. Please do not go on the junior route if you are not a junior. The junior split is just in front of the LARPer. Orange markers take preference over the GPS track at all times. Using a GPS is advisable as it helps with navigation, tells you how far you are into the lap, can give an accurate waypoint for marshals or medics to assist other riders, and clear up most discrepancies with timing as we can pull the track log and see exactly where you were at exactly what time. There are a few short videos on our YouTube channel, so please go and check them out, and please also subscribe to the channel whilst watching. We will not be uploading any tracks to GPSs on race day. You could be disqualified for cheating if you are found to have gone on the left side of a single marker and if that gave you an advantage. Be careful out there. There's a lot of rocks, there's lurkers, the grass is long, it's the end of summer. Stumps, ruts, trees and mud, they're all part of the route, so take care. Please be aware that if you come across an injured rider, you're obliged to stop and render assistance. First priority is to make sure race control is aware and convey the location either via a marshal with a two-way radio or by phoning race control. If you have a GPS, mark the waypoint and do not move an injured rider if you do not have to, only if they're in a very dangerous position or if the injury is less serious. Pit crews, please stay behind the barrier tape and be very careful when walking around that you're not too close to the pit lane or racing line. The number of laps will be posted on the WhatsApp group. The board will also be on display at the race timing tent and at the race control tag checking gazebo, the Mayfair Gearbox gazebo. Please guys, no littering. We supply everyone with a litter bag. Please put all your litter and bottles and everything into that bag and then just take it home with you and pop it in your wheelie bin. We appreciate that. Right, next event is the Fast KTM Adullas in the Northern Drakensberg on the 30th of April. Entries are open on the Enduro World website. Then the final round of Michelin ewxc on the 28th of May happening at Heidelberg. Please join the WhatsApp news groups if you haven't already. Those are notification only groups, so no jokes or anything are posted on there. Please email us with any suggestions, whether it's good or bad, about our events. Then again, thanks for supporting Enduro World in these tough times. Have a great race and keep it safe.